In the headlines, IED explosion in Borno claims 9 soldiers, several others wounded. Again, terrorists attack police outpost in Niger. Yobe boat accident death toll rises to 29. On the foreign scene, Guinea's top court validate Dumbuya's landslide vote win. Hello and welcome to the News Update on Trust TV. I am Idris Baturi. At least 9 Nigerian soldiers have been confirmed dead following an explosion caused by improvised explosive device along the Gubbio axis of Borno State. A senior military source said the IED were planted by Boko Haram insurgents and targeted troops traveling from Maiduguri over the weekend. Several soldiers were severely injured, and the death toll rose after the initial blast. The soldiers involved were from the 145 Battalion Damask under the 5th Brigade of the Nigerian Army. The explosion occurred on Sunday evening and was not a gunman ambush but a deliberate planting of explosives along the route. These attacks is the latest in a series of deadly assaults on military personnel in northeast Nigeria, where Boko Haram and ISWAP continue to use roadside bombs and coordinated attacks against troops. Now, troops of Operation Wild Stroke have recovered 13 AK-47 rifles and several grenades in Taraba State following an intelligence-led raid in Takum local government area. According to Lieutenant Ahmad Zubairu, acting media information officer of the Joint Task Force, the operation on January 4 targeted an associate of notorious criminal kingpin John Ngata. Acting on intelligence, troops set up a snap roadblock at Zaki BM and intercepted the suspect, who led them to a concealed armory at Amadu village. The force commander, Major General Moses Gara, commended the troops for their professionalism and swift action, which disrupted a criminal supply chain. He also thanked the public for their cooperation and urged residents to continue providing timely intelligence, assuring confidentiality and prompt response. Major General Gara reiterated his commitment to troop welfare, operational readiness, and maintaining peace and security across the area of responsibility. Suspected terrorists have attacked a police border patrol outpost at New Kalli, a village in Borgu local government area of Niger State. The attack occurred late Sunday night, less than 48 hours after dozens of traders and farmers were killed at Kaswan Daji, also in Borgu local government area, heightening fear among residents. Sources said the attackers, who rode on motorcycles, set fire to the police accommodation used as an outpost, destroyed officers' belongings, and burnt farm produce belonging to villagers. No casualties were reported, but the incident has increased tension and frustration among farmers in the area. The disaster officer of Borgu local government area, Musa Said, confirmed the attack. Police spokesperson SP Wasiu Abiodun said the assailants were engaged in a gun battle by officers and were eventually repelled, although the security post was damaged by fire. He added that normalcy has since been restored, with reinforcement deployed to the area.
To ina ne ita Hassana ta hadu da su da bule ya kamata?
Ba shi can bane, can
bule da ke can?
Bule da ke wuce. Wallahi
bule na kai cikin gari.
Wallahi sai can.
Now, suspected terrorists have attacked an Isan Louisin Omu Aran road in Kwara State, abducting at least 4 travelers. The incident occurred in the early hours of Monday when armed men reportedly ambushed motorists along the busy highway, a major route linking communities in Kwara South to the state capital, Ilorin. A source said the attackers forced the vehicles to stop before taking some passengers to an unknown location. As of the time of filing this report, the Kwara State Police Command had not issued an official statement on the attack or rescue effort. The incident adds to growing insecurity in Kwara State. In November 2025, gunmen attacked a Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku, killing 3 worshippers and abducting dozens, who were later released. Authorities are under increasing pressure to curb the rising wave of attacks in the states. Now, the death toll from the tragic boat mishap in Guru local government area of Yobe State has risen to 29 following the recovery of additional bodies. According to the Yobe State Emergency Management Agency, 24 of the victims were from Guru, 2 from Yusufari, and 3 from Gurin in Jigawa State. 12 people were rescued and discharged. 3 remain hospitalized, and search efforts continue for 8 others. The National Emergency Management Agency has activated its Maiduguri Operation Office to deploy an emergency response team to support ongoing rescue operations. NEMA's Director General Zubaida Umar also urged riverine communities to prioritize safety, avoid overloading boats, and use life-saving devices during water transportation. Adamawa police have arrested 2 suspects in connection with renewed tribal violence in Lamurde local government area, which left 3 women dead. The suspect, William Joshua, 30, and Ezekiel Luka, 23, resident of Tigno village, were apprehended following reliable intelligence, with authorities recovering 29 rounds of live ammunition, an AK-47 magazine, cash, and other items. Police said the victims were allegedly attacked by Bachama natives at their farm on January 3, 2026, amid tensions with the Chobo community. The Adamawa State Police Commissioner CP Dankombo Morris has appealed for calm, assuring that all efforts are being made to apprehend the perpetrators and other instigators. Members of the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees (NULGE) resumed work across Osun State on Monday, ending an 11-month strike. Despite the calm at Council Secretariat, confusion continues over the leadership of local government, as both the All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party claim control of the council. Hamid Oyegbadi reports.
The strike declared by the leadership of NULGE in February 2025 officially ended on Monday as members returned to their offices across the state. NULGE said the strike was necessary to protect its members amid violent clashes between the All Progressive Congress (APC) and the People's Democratic Party over the control of local government councils. At several council secretariats in the state, APC elected chairmen and councillors received NULGE members and assured them of their safety, while their PDP counterparts stayed away.
We have been begging, we have been asking them in a friendly manner. We are all from this state, and we are all working for the progress of this state. That they are around today, I'm damn too sure that Osun State will move forward. We have been backward in the last 11 months. What we are going to do now, we hardly can cover up with other states for 11 months now. But I'm happy that they are around, no fight, no run.
What should be paramount to us is how to utilize the autonomy given to better up the lives of the grassroots people, our career and development of local community. With autonomy in local government system, we foresee great things ahead of us. Let us show the whole world that we can manage it and succeed. so as to put impostor on our freedom to shame.
Despite the resumption, controversy continues over the tenure of the APC chairman elected in 2022 for a 3-year term.
On November 27, 2022, the governor of the state issued executive order that we should all package at the local government. We have not even spent a month before such executive order was issued. And later, on 10th of February 2025, we were reinstated by the Court of Appeal, Akure. And as a result of that, we went back to our offices.
We have already filed a suit for tenure determination because they did not allow us to function when we were elected. We were removed by executive order, and that was why we went to court, and we won the appeal court. The court was never appealed up to today. So because of that, it is our opinion that we have just started our tenure by February 10th.
Political observers say the court will continue to play a key role in resolving the ongoing crisis within the Osun State's local government system. Amid Oyegbade, Trust TV News, Osogbo.
The Lagos State Police Command has ordered a full investigation into allegations surrounding Pastor Chris Okafor, founder of the Mountain of Liberation and Miracle Ministry. The controversy involves claims by his ex-wife Basem, actress Doris Ogala, and other former church members in late 2025. Ogala accused the cleric of reneging on marriage promises and causing her emotional distress, as well as alleging he had knowledge of her brother's death. Basem, on her part, accused Pastor Okafor of physical abuse while denying allegations of adultery made against her. Following the mounting accusations, the cleric reportedly stepped aside from ministerial duties for 1 month as further allegations spread on social media. Police spokesperson Abimbola Adebisi said the Commissioner of Police, Olohundare Jimo, has directed the State Criminal Investigation Department in Panti to probe the matter. This news is coming to you on Trust TV. Coming up after the break. Fire got Kedco transformer, resident in darkness. More news when we return. Do stay with us. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV. Let's take a look at our top stories again. IED explosion in Borno claims 9 soldiers, several others wounded. And again, terrorists attack police outpost in Niger. Now moving on to more stories. Electricity consumers in Katsina metropolis were thrown into darkness on Sunday night after a fire raised a 15 MVA power transformer at the Kano Electricity Distribution Company powerhouse. The incident came barely weeks after improved power supply during the festive season had raised hopes among residents. Trust TV's Abdullahi Ahmadi has more.
The fire, which broke out at about 8:30 p.m., completely destroyed the 15 MVA T3 power transformer, resulting in a total blackout across several parts of Katsina metropolis. Although no life was lost, the inferno took hours to contain as firefighters from the federal and Katsina state services battled to bring the blaze under control. Residents say the incident has sparked fear and uncertainty, particularly among small business owners who depend on electricity for their daily livelihood. Many are now calling on relevant authorities to ensure the immediate repair or replacement of the transformer, especially as the Muslim fasting period approaches.
The thing affected our light. There was no light. My phone is off. That's why I'm charging it with this thing. So that is how it affected us. What I hope to happen is, I'm hoping that the people that's in charge will take care of it. And because as at the house there, we are using prepaid meter. So if you don't have light, which means we will not be able to charge our light. Yes, we are using prepaid meter there. We are charging it.
Already, the light here is not all that is suitable. They bring it at times. Some days, man, you not go see light. Now that this thing happened, it will affect it the more, because without light, we have to buy kankala to sell our minerals. So that's the issue. It will increase the light issue. It will increase the problem, because already they know they give us light constantly. Now that this thing happened, it will increase the problem of light restoration.
The fire incident will no doubt affect my business, both directly and indirectly. We are therefore passionately appealing to the relevant authorities to urgently help either repair the transformer or replace it with a new one. We also learned that the affected transformer was purchased by the late Umar Musa Radwa when he was governor of Katsina State. And we are now appealing to Governor Dikwarada to do the same. In a swift response, the Kano Electricity Distribution Company KEDCO confirmed the incident in a statement signed by its head of corporate communications, Sani Balasani. According to the company, the cause of the fire is yet to be determined, but its technical team is already on ground to assess the damage and work towards restoring power supply as quickly as possible. KEDCO added that the affected areas have been isolated as a safety measure to protect lives and property. The outage currently affects parts of Katsina metropolis, including Kofar Kaura, GRA, Dandaguru, parts of Kofar Marusa, Jambongu, Sokoto Rima, Kano Road, and surrounding communities. The company apologized for the inconvenience and assured customers that safety and prompt restoration remain its top priority. Meanwhile, some residents have raised concerns over what they describe as poor maintenance of the power facility, warning that neglect, especially during the Harmattan season, could trigger similar incidents in the future. Abdullahi Izumayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Now, in another fire incident, several shops and vehicles were destroyed on Monday when a fire broke out at the Sokoto International Mechanic Village, popularly known as Buzai Garage. The inferno, which started around 10 a.m., was reportedly caused by an electrical fault and raged for hours. Overwhelming efforts by the federal and state fire services with support from the local community. Eyewitnesses said no fewer than 40 shops were affected, including sections used for Mercedes-Benz repairs and spare part sales, while several vehicles belonging to customers from Sokoto and neighboring Niger Republic were also destroyed. Confirming the incident, the chairman of the Nigerian Automobile Technicians Association Buzai Unit, Engineer Abdul Qadir Muhammad, described the situation as devastating, noting that many mechanics lost their workshops and customers' vehicles. He appealed to the Sokoto state government for urgent assistance as firefighters continued efforts to bring the blaze under control. Now in business, oil prices fell on Monday following a U.S. military operation that seized Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. raising expectations of increased oil supply from the country with the world's largest proven crude reserves. In early Asian trading, Brent crude slipped 0.21% to $60.62 per barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate fell 0.35% to $57.12 after touching earlier lows. Analysts say the prospects of more Venezuelan oil entering the market has added to oversupply concerns, putting further pressure on prices already weakened in recent months. U.S. President Donald Trump said Washington will now take control of Venezuela and deploy American companies to revive its oil sector, though experts warn boosting production will be slow and challenging after years of sanctions and underinvestment. Now, away from Nigeria, the post-Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has appeared in a New York court on Monday, days after a dramatic U.S. operation in Caracas led to his capture. Maduro, 63, and his wife, Celia Flores, faced narcotic trafficking charges. They were seized in a military raid involving helicopters, fighting jets, and naval forces. Escorted by heavily armed officers, Maduro was flown to court in New York by helicopter and armored vehicle. In Venezuela, reactions were swift. Interim leader Delcy Rodriguez signaled a willingness to cooperate with Washington, while thousands of Maduro supporters rallied in Caracas. The Venezuelan military, loyal to Maduro, urged calm, and the defense minister reported significant casualties among security personnel and civilians during the raid. U.S. officials, including President Trump and Secretary of the State, Marco Rubio, said America is now in charge of the nation, but cautioned that discussions of elections are premature. Now, Guinea's Supreme Court has officially validated the result of the December 28th election, confirming coup leader Mamadi Doumbouya's landslide victory. The ruling leaders the way for Doumbouya's former Special Forces commander to serve a 7-year term as president. The court noted that second-place finisher Abdoulaye Yerobalde had reported his legal challenge to the result. Doumbouya, who seized power in 2021 coup, secured 86.72% of the vote against 8 challengers, while Balde of the opposition Democratic Front of Guinea trailed with just 6.59%. Following the validation, Doumbouya called on all Guineans at home and abroad to unite in building a new Guinea. Opposition supporters have criticized the process online, while the U.S. Embassy congratulated Doumbouya, pledging to strengthen economic ties. The ruling marks a decisive moment for Guinea, a nation rich in bauxite and iron ore, as it seeks stability under Doumbouya's leadership. Now in sport, Tunisia have sacked national team coach Sami Trabelsi following the Carthage Eagles' early exit from the 2025 Total Energies CAF Africa Cup of Nations. The Tunisian Football Federation confirmed the move on Sunday, less than a day after Tunisia were eliminated by Mali in the round of 16. The match ended 1-1 after extra time, with Mali winning a tense penalty shootout. The federation said the decision was made by mutual consent, citing the team's failure to advance past the last 16. Tunisia began the tournament strongly with a 3-1 win over Uganda, raising hopes of a deep run, but defensive lapses in a 3-2 loss to Nigeria and a 1-1 draw with Tanzania exposed weaknesses in cohesion and mental strength. Against Mali, Tunisia struck first and even had a numerical advantage after Mali were reduced to 10 men, but the Carthage Eagles could not hold their lead, following Mali to equalize and win on penalties. Trabelsi's dismissal marks another disappointing chapter for Tunisia, once African champions after their 2004 AFCON triumph on home soil. And with that, we've come to the end of the news update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our media platforms and also watch us live on YouTube for more news programs and documentaries. I am Idris Baturi, thanking you for being with us. Good evening.